Hi everybody, Bill K here. I wanted to do this video about my Chargrilled Outlaw Smoker Grill. It's 5 or 6 years old, maybe closer to 6 years old, and haven't really taken real good care of it, I have to admit. You can see the firebox is somewhat rusty, the rest of it's a little bit bad, and I was going to replace it. I was going to get a new Komodo style smoker grill, the acorn style ones, and Chargrilled in fact makes one. I really like Chargrilled products. They make one, it's about $350 I think at the box stores. You can also get a big green egg, you know, $600 to $800. Well, after a lot of thought, I decided that I was going to keep this and I was going to refurbish it. I went online, looked at some YouTube videos of some other folks that have refurbished their Chargrillers, and I thought I can do that. It's not that hard. It's a good smoker. It's a cheap offset smoker, COS. The nice thing about this, if you're familiar with Chargrillers, that makes a difference, is if you look, the lid hinges from the back. So it allows for great access to your food. You can cook bigger products on the smoker. You can, it's a big one. It's 36 inches long, the cooking compartment, and 20 inches deep. So it's a very, very big home offset, cheap offset smoker. Now this here is the dryer vent. Mine went blank for a minute. And you do this to, I'm going to show you here, if you can see, you put that on there, and what that does is when you close the smoker, it brings the smoke from going, instead of going straight up the smokestack, it brings it down to this level and it moves it around more and then brings it up. It's a very well-known modification on YouTube for Chargrillers. It works great. It really does make a difference. Another modification that I did is around the edges. You might see some residuals. You can see some foil there. I've scraped it off. I got more work to do, but the Chargrillers do leak. There's, you know, they just do. No way to be nice about it. So the best thing to do, there's a couple ways to keep the smoke and the heat from escaping. One way I learned on YouTube was to take some foil, crinkle it up, and put it all the way around the edges, and it works. It does reduce the amount of smoke and heat loss drastically, and it costs virtually nothing. Another way to do that is you can use what's called fire rope. Here on the edges, people have screwed in or pop riveted angle aluminum, and then on top of that they put the fire rope. You adhere it with high heat silicone, and so when it closes, it does grab that fire rope and will seal. Fire rope is used for securing or sealing doors on wood stoves and high heat items. Now, a couple of things over here that I want to talk about with the Chargrilled, because the Chargrilled, you know, despite its disadvantages, it has many advantages. One is the size. The second is, if you see there, the edge of the side of the firebox, you see that large opening. Well, that's a slide-out ash pan. It's a very nice feature on Chargrilled. That's one reason why I bought this product, was because you can slide the ash out. My brother, he has a Brinkman, and it's really a pain to clean the ash out. You know, he literally had to wait till it cool off and then get a shop vac and get it out. So you don't have to do that with the Chargrilled. The other item here, this is a charcoal grill grate. It's for grilling. You can put your charcoal on there, and it's in bad shape, but it's still good enough. It still works. You can replace that for $29 through the Chargrilled website, and I'll probably do that in the spring. This is a charcoal basket. Another tip I got from YouTube, and I'm very fortunate. My wife works at a machine and fabrication shop. She's a secretary there, and one of the guys made that for me at no charge. So it's a nice thing, and what that does is that lifts the charcoal up off the bottom, gives a good airflow, and it releases the ash to get away from the charcoal as the charcoal burns. So what I'm going to do with here, I'm going to have to do this in a series of videos because I do have an iPhone 5S. That's what I'm using to record this. And let's see if I can do it. And you can't pause a video with the iPhone 5S. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in a series and show you my progress of restoring this. I've got a wire brush. I'm going to put on the drill. I'm going to take all this rust off. Hopefully I don't have to replace this. I don't think I do. I think it's just surface rust, but I'll find out as I get into it. The inside, I'm probably going to tomorrow. I wasn't going to do much on the inside, but I think I'm going to have to. It's a little worse off than I thought. I'm going to put some oven cleaner on there, clean all that grease off. I'm going to power wash it, and then when I'm all done, and I'm going to have to re-season it. So it's going to be like brand new. So the frame, no, this is a flaw. Well, it's my assembly mistake, I should say. If you see the wheels there on the same side as the firebox, I bought the Outlaw grill separate from the firebox, and I think I bought it from Amazon and bought the firebox at Lowe's. If you assemble the Outlaw grill, it shows the wheels on this side. The shelf is over here, so the wheels go on the side. You lift it from the shelf and you wheel it around. However, if you're adding the firebox, the wheels should go on the other side. The firebox adds a lot of weight on those wheels. Frankly, they just can't handle it. The plastic wheels that came with the Chargriller literally split in half from the weight. I don't move it around much, but it was just enough to cause distress on the wheels, and I had to replace them. This is actually the second time I've replaced the wheels. So in this assembly and refurbishing, I'm going to detach the main chamber from the frame and flip the frame around and put the wheels on the other side where they should be, to make it much easier to wheel this around. Now over here, these are the fire grates, or I should say the cooking grates. I'm going to clean those with Easy Off. Once we cleaned these several years ago in the oven on the cooking or the cleaning cycle, and the fumes that came off of it were just noxious. Literally, our eyes were watering. We couldn't breathe. We had to open windows, and it was really, really bad. So I'm going to clean these with Easy Off and then re-season them, and hopefully they'll come out nice. I'm sure they will. They're really not as bad as they look. They just, again, they've been neglected. They're cast iron though, so they'll clean up. Those grates over there are from my Chargriller gas grill. Those are the heat deflectors or heat diffusers from the gas grill. I just bought those this year, and I'm going to save those and clean them. They're still in pretty good shape. Back there you have the wood that was on the Chargriller. On the front, there's, I think, 2 pieces on the front, 3 or 4 on the side, and I'm going to sand those down and stain them. I'm also going to replace the handles. When I say my Chargriller gas grill, I think I mentioned that already. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. That's my Chargriller gas grill. I like Chargriller products so much that I decided that I would get a Chargriller gas grill. Well, this has lived its life. You know, gas grills unfortunately do have a much more limited lifespan than charcoal, and it's just not worth servicing anymore, and so I'm going to replace it. One thing I did do for my Chargriller Outlaw is I bought